Welcome to the Health Coach Nation podcast. My name is Hailey Rowe, and I'm a sales and marketing coach and LinkedIn lead generation service provider. I work with health, life, and mindset coaches and online service-based business owners to help them get more sales, shift their time to the client-generating activities instead of just the busy work, and overcome that social media overwhelm. Let's get into the show.
I was in Hailey's Inner Circle group program and I could not recommend it enough. I remember when she first reached out to me, I was very hesitant to invest because I was literally like 3 months into my business. I had no financial build up from my business. I was just starting out, and the fact that I was thinking about going to invest in this program of working with a business coach really scared me, and I almost backed out because I didn't know if I could find the funds to resource it. However, I've always learned that the best businesses are the people who always have a mentor. So I decided to invest in Hailey, and it was the best decision that I've made so far into my business. She helped my business grow in so many ways. I went from barely having any clients, barely booking any discovery calls, to having 28, 30 clients in that 6-month span of working together. I developed a way better mindset around my business to prevent burnout and to nail those discovery calls. I've been able to hire a virtual assistant. I feel so much more confident in the work that I do. I nailed down on my niche. I nailed down on my content. And if it wasn't for her, I truly don't know where my business would be today. And looking back, I'm so thankful I made that investment because I have made all of the money back and all the investment back that I was scared to invest in the first place. So if you're thinking about working with Hailey, I could not recommend it enough. She is the perfect person for if you're just getting off the ground on your business or if you've been in your business for a while. She will help you and support you in any way possible. Even though it was a group program, I personally felt like it felt very one-on-one. Everything that you have to tell her, she takes to heart, she takes into consideration. She will meet you where you at and will guide you every step of the way. So if you're watching this video, this is your sign that you need to invest in Hailey, because I promise the benefits and what you will reap out of it will be so worth it.
It has been so long since I've gone live in this free Marketing Hub Facebook community, and I'm excited to be back with you today to share a little bit about what do I actually do with clients, what's my process to help them go from getting a recent certification or finding that they love coaching and they love wellness and they want to help people, and actually turning that into a business. So I work with a variety of coaches and wellness professionals and online service providers who kind of didn't realize that they were stepping into entrepreneurship when they decided that they want to coach people, they want to help people. And I don't know if that's you, but if you can relate to that, go ahead and drop a 1 in the comments. And most of the time when you start out wanting to have this passion-filled business, you don't realize that you're going to have to learn marketing and sales and be a business owner and what that really entails. And so what happens a lot of the time is you go into it feeling very scattered and ungrounded because you're hearing so many different people tell you different things that you need for your marketing, telling you you need a website right away, telling you need a funnel right away, telling you you need ads right away, or you got to do reels, or you got to do it this way, or you got to do it that way. And what ends up happening is you kind of become so blowing with the wind because you're not stable and sure and secure in your plan and in yourself as a business owner and what your message is, that you end up kind of burning out, and you end up kind of deciding or wondering, is this really for me? Can I really make it as an entrepreneur? And that's when I get to work to the point where a lot of people end up booking a call with me because they're at that point where they're like, I've been dabbling and I'm tired of dabbling. I've been taking it all in, all the information, and I really need personalized guidance and a plan to build momentum, to feel confident in my marketing and sales skills, and to know what marketing method is right for me. Because many of you, many different things can work. It's just, are you going to work it? Are you going to stay sustainable with it? Are you going to be consistent with it? So one of the things that I talk about in the Inner Circle, or what my Coach Inner Circle, which is a 6-month private and group coaching program container, is all about, is we are taking you from client lists and crickets to building an online community that you can market to, building your first clients. That's a big step for many of my clients, is they're going from like 0 or really inconsistent clients to people actually valuing their work and booking them as a coach. And we do that through my FAST framework. So I have a framework called Grow Your Business the Fast Way. It's an acronym, and it stands for followers, action, sales, time management, and transformation. And it's me taking you through the process of how you go from client list to booking clients to confident in your skills and able to be in momentum and with a plan instead of just dabbling. So with followers, what I mean by that is we first have to get clear on who it is that you want to work with. What do you want your message to be? What do you want to stand for? And how is that different from other people doing the same service, right? Because it's going to be really hard to sell a service when you're being compared to everyone else, or when everyone has the idea that, oh, a coaching session is X dollars and you have a whole program or system, but if they don't get the value of that, they're not going to buy it, right? And they're just going to compare you to other coaches who are selling dollars per hour. So we get first clear on your message and your niche. Do you need a niche? What does that look like? And then from there, we decide what kind of lead gen plan do you need. So are you going to be marketing locally in your community, and that's where you want to start? Or are you going to be marketing on social media and online and through partnerships and collaborations and things like that? And what does it look like? I've had clients do everything from Google My Business as a marketing strategy, to LinkedIn lead gen as a marketing strategy, to speaking as a marketing strategy, to local workshops. So it's different for everyone, and there's no one size fits all. But what's important is that you're considering who your audience is and where they hang out, what your strengths are or what strengths you want to develop, and what you feel you can consistently stick with, because volume is going to be your friend in business and marketing. The second part is action. So how do we create messaging, marketing, and a plan that is compelling enough that people want to take action? So content, messaging, and marketing that people want to take action on. So far in your business, people have not been reaching out, people have been ghosting you. It's possible that the way that you're framing your message, communicating your message, sharing your calls to action is not compelling, or it's very generic, or they don't resonate, or they're just not seeing it because you're inconsistent, or you're not doing any audience building strategies, things like that. So we work on how are you going to combat those obstacles, and I do a lot of audits, a lot of trainings, a lot of templates that I actually give clients to show them an example, to help them improve the way that they're communicating their message so that it's being communicated in a confident, compelling way. And then the sales phase is how do you actually sell your offer and overcome the common objections in your marketing and have a sales process or system you can use. So this is where you may have a webinar, or you may have discovery calls, or you may have a sales page, and helping you set that up and know what your sales process even is, deciding your pricing, deciding your business model, because many people wonder, should I have a small offer that leads into my big offer, or a big offer that downsells to my small offer? And it is going to look different based on your goals and what you're trying to do. But fleshing that out is going to be really important, because when you're not sure what you're selling, or you're kind of wishy-washy on it, that's going to come across to your audience. And then the time management piece is, where should you be spending your time each week? So if you have been struggling with overwhelm, with what do I prioritize, what's the best use of my time in marketing, I help my clients create what we call a weekly business protocol, where you know what your plan is, you can execute it, and we can evaluate it so you can keep getting better. Rather than just throwing things at the wall and never looking at them, or just hoping that they work and never evaluating them, we actually have a way to track, and my clients can share their protocols with me, and I teach them how to create it and how we make it doable for them, and we keep refining from there. And also, if you ever struggle with certain things that are wasting your time, like mindset drama or imposter syndrome or analysis paralysis, I am a certified life coach, so I do help clients with some of the mindset blocks that come up along the way. And then, of course, lastly, we have transformation, which is two things in your business. One, what is the personal transformation required to become a full-time entrepreneur and coach. So many of my clients have to have that little bit of an identity shift to stop seeing themselves as, I'm not, I'm a newbie, who's gonna wanna listen to me, I'm not worthy, to actually shifting to, no, I'm a real entrepreneur, this is my business, this is my future, I'm committed, and helping them face some of the fears that come up, like fear of visibility, fear of their first discovery calls, fear of sales because they have a negative connotation with sales and shifting their sales mindset, things like that, perfectionism causing them to stall and not do anything. We have to work through those things because you'd be surprised, a lot of the things that you need to do in your business, you probably know you need to do, but you're not doing them because you got blocks, because you got mindset drama, because you're waiting until it's perfect, things like that. And then the other thing is transformation of your program. So making sure that your offer is differentiated, you have a clear point A to point B of what you help people with and what your process looks like, right? So if you need help creating your offer or how to structure it or things that should be included or things like that, I help clients with that a lot. And a lot of people come to me too, just having all these ideas that feel out of order. Like they're like, should I have a membership? Should I just jump into doing a mastermind? Should I just do private coaching? Should I do group coaching? Should I have a course? And sometimes what coaching is all about is helping someone who's like driving without a map or GPS be like, hold on, let's get our map in place. Let's get the next step in place. Let's put that on our someday list. Let's focus on in the now, what you need right now to get your next sales, to book your next clients, and stay focused. So if you feel like you have been scattered, you have been feeling a little bit discouraged about entrepreneurship because it is a lot, let's face it. My goal is to help you build the momentum, build the sales skills, build the marketing skills, and become the kind of entrepreneur who can handle those things with confidence and know how to get clients. Because when you know that, you suddenly don't feel this like fear or scarcity. You have this like belief in yourself and this trust in yourself that you are doing this, you are capable, and it's really an honor to be a part of that transformation with the clients that I work with. So if you're curious, I am opening up enrollment to the Inner Circle, and you can comment Fast Framework if you want to learn more and get the details. But there will be some bonuses like additional private sessions with me, a longer onboarding session when you join this week, and next steps action plans after each private session, my private podcast that has my 1K and 30-day sales challenge on it, and all sorts of things. So go ahead and comment Fast Framework if you're curious, and I'll talk to you soon. And feel free to just share on this video kind of where you're at in your business. Are you at this stage right now where you're like, I want to get out there, but I don't know how? Are you at the stage where you're like, I don't even know if I want to be a coach? Are you at the stage where you're still in your certification? I would love to hear from those of you in this group, just to hear kind of what part of your business are you at right now and what's the biggest hurdle for you. All right, thanks so much. Have a good day.
Thanks so much for listening to this podcast, and if it's really helpful for you, I'd really appreciate if you share it and or leave a written podcast review. This tells the podcast sites that our show is useful and it will be promoted to more people that way. Thanks again.